Thank you all for joining us for Day 3 of the 2019 Twin Cities Film Fest, brought to you here on the red carpet that's brought to us by Ballard's Bar. And we have a number of films. If you look through our program, and they'll say that they have a Minnesota tie. But just because it has a Minnesota tie doesn't mean that it isn't a huge film. But it does mean that I get to talk to some of my Minnesota actor friends, including... You missed it, Charles. So Charles Hubbell, Paul Cram.
Hey, thanks, Shannon.
So people have seen you guys in all kinds of movies, but now you guys, in particular for this year's Film Fest, it is the Soviet Sleep Experiment. Yes. So give us a little taste of what the Soviet Sleep Experiment was like.
What it was like to film? It was fantastic because Paul is an amazing actor and generous and giving. We all had to sit in this little container, and we all had to endure each other. And that was it was a marvelous experience. I love working for Barry Anderson.
Okay, and that is our director on the Soviet Sleep Experiment. And the film itself, the Soviet Sleep Experiment, is one of those things that you may have heard about the Snoped version of this particular storyline.
Yeah, it's a fake story.
Right. And
yeah.
so, but
Wait. Urban legends. Okay. We're not quite
fake.
sure.
Fake.
I'm going to go with I don't know.
But so much of the film is about these characters that are in a very enclosed area. So how much as actors was that the real scenario that you had to endure while you were filming?
Well, filming sometimes takes a long time. So in between shots, if they have to set up lights or sound, we're stuck in there. And so we got a little stir crazy.
Do you have any bruises still?
Not still. I heal quickly.
How did you explain that to your family when you went home?
I would talk to my wife. It was therapy to talk to my wife.
Okay.
I feel like being actually in this container was like a strange form of therapy because you really got to get your aggression out. Mm-hmm. You had to get your aggression out. I think in the first 4 hours I was kind of like, okay, let me tell you about my childhood.
Right.
Which I think is just also amazing about this film because it is a thriller, and I know that both of you have done a variety of different roles throughout your careers, but you're also both very accomplished comedic actors. And so the fact that you are not only funny in real life, but now you're doing this thriller, how was the transition to do this kind of film?
Well, comedy is harder. Drama is very, very fun. But
don't laugh. I'm a comedian too. I agree. Our job is the most difficult job.
And it's the comedy that kept things moving. Okay. Chris is very funny. Mike is very funny. Paul, we're all very funny to keep our spirits alive and light in this dramatic scene that we have to do.
Yeah, no, definitely. While we were filming, it was like action, and we're all very serious. But I mean, oh my gosh, it was hard not to be like it was holding back belly laughs because Charles would have just cracked a one-line joke before they called action, and it was hard sometimes to keep a straight face.
It was.
Yeah, it was very hard.
Well, we are glad that you were here and you brought your face to our red carpet, and we do want everybody to go out and watch the Soviet Sleep Experiment, but in the meantime, we want them to be able to follow each of your careers as well, so let's tell them how they can find you on the socials.
On the socials, I'm actor Charles Hubbell on the Facebook and also on Twitter at Charles Hubbell.
And Paul?
Easiest way to find me is paulcramactor.com, and then all the socials on there.
Thank you for coming back to the Film Fest. We know you've both been here before, but we especially enjoy the fact that you were part of our 10th anniversary, and thank you for bringing the Soviet Sleep Experiment to the Twin Cities Film Fest. Thank you, guys.
Happy 10. Happy 10.
And we'll be right